The extended timeline mod for Europa Universalis 4. By this point, familiar to anyone and everyone that's ever played EU4. But if you don't know, it's basically a mod that lets you start on literally any day in history all the way from the year 2 to the year 9999. Yeah, I think you can see why it's the most popular EU4 mod of all time. Now, even though we have very interesting start dates in this mod that aren't featured in EU4, such as World War I, World War II, 1337, the start of EU5, the fall of the Soviet Union, the Cold War, and many other fun ones, we are going to be picking literally the most popular start date, and literally the most known start date to all of us, yes, including you too, watching this video right now. So ladies and gentlemen, it's time to jump into EU4 in the modern day. Alright, here we are in the extended timeline mod for Europa Universalis 4, ladies and gentlemen, and like I just said in the intro, we are literally gonna be playing with modern day borders in Europa Universalis 4. In fact, the start date that I've chosen is June 17th, 2026, the day this video releases. Now, as for which country we're gonna play, I do think there are some pretty powerful options. You know, we could do something like China or India and be a very big and rich and powerful country. We can try and be someone, you know, small, such as, for example, Guinea-Bissau or Montenegro or something like that. Or we could even be controversial and play someone like Russia or Ukraine or Iran in the US or something in the Middle East. I'm not trying to get demonetized, at least not today. So I'm thinking we go with something fun, but also simple. What if we play Mexico and restore and even outgrow the first Mexican Empire? You know what? I think that's pretty good. All right, folks, let's jump in as Mexico in modern day EU4. All right, here we are as Mexico, folks. Obviously, we look like, well, like Mexico does in real life, literally right now as we're speaking. No cartel rebels or anything like that, which is cool. And, you know, we actually don't have any unique missions. I don't know if any country in extended timeline on specific start dates has unique missions. Maybe you bundle up a couple of other mods with that or something. But let's take a look at Mexican ideas. Well, that's right. You can take way more idea groups in extended timeline, and obviously some that, you know, aren't in regular EU4, such as all of these, you know, early ones. Because obviously, what would you be doing if you started in the year 5, for example? You know, you do need to take out idea groups. Order ideas, early defensive, for example, freedom or something like that. But even though the game has picked out some pretty good ones for us, honestly, we don't really have that many mill ideas, and we're definitely gonna need to, you know, stack up on these if we want to go in against our greatest enemy, the United States, which is allied to Great Britain and guaranteeing Taiwan, Israel, and South Korea. What do? We don't do anything. We got a truce with... Wait, who the hell is Tzotzil? Wait, these guys don't exist in real life. I mean, not talking about the people. I'm sure Tzotzil people exist or something like that. But wait, this is... Yeah, what the hell is that? Okay, maybe that's going to be the first order of business. But yeah, aside from that, man, we already have selected a bunch of government reforms right here, where I guess we're an oligarchy tier 1 government reform. I'll pick up some more. And Mexican ideas, inflation reduction and global settler increase. Well, we don't need that. We're not colonizing. Manpower recovery speed. Construction, promoted cultures, separatism, idea, production, land leader, shock, morale of armies. Yeah, not that good, but not bad either, honestly. Yeah, I'm actually going to improve with the United States for now. Dude, I'll even build a wall if you guys want, temporarily, just so we're chill like that. Don't diss me yet, Donnie. Just let me take care of these guys down south. Trust me, bro. All right, so I'm actually not going to rival the US right off the bat. Let's rival Canada, that's right. And Brazil and the Great Britain. Yep, that's... Obviously, religion is something we don't need to really worry about, since most of the world is secular. That's why everything is striped, obviously, aside from countries that have an official state religion, you know, like a lot of the Arab world and Iran right here, and then like Greece and Denmark over in Europe. And we can actually immediately pick up some other idea groups right here. They're all available. In that case, I'm just gonna go with what's our max manpower here? Yeah, in that case, I'm gonna go with quality. We already got offensive and defensive, which is good. And then also quantity. Yeah, we're immediately maxed out on idea groups, and in that case, I'm immediately going to start focusing on mill here. As for our states, we got corporations, workers, and the military. Yeah, very little things you can do right here. In fact, most of them kind of suck. There's no +1 points for anything. And obviously, dude, there's no need to, like, build up the spy networks on anyone, because at this point, you know, we got imperialism, dude. And nationalism actually would be even better for some of these guys right here. Why do we have nationalism? Are they in our, like, idea group? Or region? Well, how did you actually get nationalism? Yeah, I think they have your culture group stuff, right? And I guess all of these yellow guys right here are, what are they? Iberian. Right. Right. The AK-47, Armada T-14, and the PZH-2000. I guess this is, yeah, infantry tanks, technically, and then artillery, right? Oh, dude, we're way over force limit. What the frick? What? Ah, because we're in the information age, and that's negative 45% force limit. Alright, so I guess I have a truce with Tzotzil right here for like 5 years. In that case, we could hit Guatemala or Belize right here. Belize is allied to El Salvador. They could release all the prisoners on us, and then we'd be fricked. So let's go ahead and hit Guatemala just because they're solo. And yeah, we'll just go in with what's a spread democracy? Are they not? What are they? They're all republics. What? Why can we spread democracy? Either way, first wartime. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Warmongering is on the menu. Okay, well, we've absolutely crushed Guatemala right here. Let's go ahead and take all of that and the expansion of the, well, technically Third Mexican Empire begins. Well, I'm glad coring is cheap as frick. And actually stabbing up is really cheap as well. Damn, everything is fucking freaking free in this mod. Now at this point, we could also abandon secularism. Did the first Mexican Empire have an official religion? I mean, it's not like super late. What was it, like 18? I don't know, 1820, something like that. I would know. I am Mexican. What religion was it? Because if this country was, you know, the country we're attempting to reform, if it was officially Catholic, maybe it makes sense for us to be officially Catholic. Okay, so the first Mexican Empire was actually officially Catholic. Well, folks, it's time to abandon secularism. That's right. Okay, we dropped a little bit of stability. That's right. You know, we can just bump it up. It's super cheap. So, okay, secularism abandoned. Stop. Pause the game, man. Okay, while our Claudia died, or no, she's not that old. I guess she filled up her term limits. Let's go with the military candidate. That's right, and we are gonna go officially. Donnie, come on. That's not very good. They want to... What do they want to do? American change government form of Mexico. Dude, I thought he said he was going to go for Cuba first. I don't think we have that much oil either. Why would... How do we get out of this? Oh, I got it, dude. So we need to look for the give real fake Nobel Peace Prize to President peace offer. So we get a white peace or something like that, but I don't think it's in game yet. Okay, so let's just take a look at tech right here. 91, 91, 91. So how are they? Let's go military, army quality comparison, war enemies. We're freaking toast. I actually have to give them something. War reps, transfer trade, and also, what the hell would you change my government form to, man? Like, what the hell? Okay, so if I suggest offer, I end up giving them all of this and money. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Can we keep fighting this? The thing is, they're so much more powerful than us. Then even if I get like mega mercenaries or something like that, they'll just still end up rolling us. I think we cut our losses, lose some land here temporarily, grow our power base over here, fortify and stuff like that, and then go back. Then go back and fight them. Maybe even with allies. I shouldn't have rivaled Canada, but they're freaking allied to the US. Damn Damn, not starting off good. Not starting off good, but we have to do it. We have to do it because, yeah, otherwise we're dead, dude. Wait, how the hell is combat with 20? Alright, well, we may have lost some things up north, which, absolutely sucks. Frick you, United States. I'm still gonna improve relations with you. Please don't destroy me, because I will be easily destroyed. Let's get into it with, you know, these guys down here, down in the south. Belize and El Salvador. Okay, there we go. So, you know, it's not all bad. It's not all bad. It is bad. It's very bad. Well, you know, these wars are actually really fast, which is nice. So there we go. It's done with these guys down south. I still want to take care of Tzotzil. I don't even know what happened there. Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and Panama. Yeah, maybe we get to down here or something like that. I mean, shoot, dude, we're already here. Honduras is allied to the Dominican Republic. I guess we don't really want anything to do with those guys right now, at least. Maybe we'll go for the Caribbean later. So I can construct a nuclear weapon. We gain a little bit of morale and stuff like that. Lose ducats, lose mill points. No, we don't want to do that right now. Either way, we're done fighting, freaking Honduras right here. So there we go, a little more expansion down that way. Next up, I guess, is Nicaragua, who is allied to Panama. But I'll just white piece Panama and take them one by one. Now, who could we ally to get help versus the US? And by the way, I know you guys saw this. There's actually a ton of different buildings over in here, but obviously we're not rich enough to do that just yet. Don't worry, we're getting there. My plan is measured in decades. Who is US rival? Japan and India and China. I wonder how easy it is or hard for these guys to actually get here. Japan, India, and China. Now they're fighting Dominica. Come on, dude. You gotta chill a little bit, man. It's still... yeah, you know, we gotta pivot. We gotta pivot. Alright, in the meantime, I am gonna start immediately fortifying my border with the US. These top forts are like really expensive to build, but we gotta do it, man. We gotta do it. At least, you know, over one. We'll do like one there, and there. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna stop them. But then again, me invading them would be super easy as well. It's just that they got so many troops and they'll get here super quick. No forts here, dude. No forts. I'm gonna build the wall. Also, I got disasters ticking. So I got fascist revolution. It's ticking because our prestige sucks. And other things. Or communist revolution. It's ticking because our prestige sucks. We actually can't stop it. National revanchism. Yeah, I got conquered. What do you want? And then prestige. Yeah. We actually can't do anything about the prestige, honestly. That sucks. You know, it's only been 3 years, but elsewhere in the world, Russia has conquered Estonia. What the hell happened with NATO? Does that even exist? No, the papacy. You know, I thought the European Union kinda exists, but I guess not. We gotta... Oh, shoot, it's not there anymore, is it? Yeah, there's a... No, there it is. Dismantle European Union, yeah. So it does kinda exist. All European subjects become independent? But who are they subjects of? I don't really get how that whole thing works. But yeah, Russia has conquered a bit of Belarus and Estonia, from what I can notice right here. Libya looks kind of like it does in real life. Spain is fighting Morocco. Africa seems pretty stable, so there's this whole thing. Why? You're really telling me that Mexico doesn't know what's here in 2026? Come on, bro. And then... yeah, everything else is pretty normal except for Russia and Spain, honestly. And me, of course. And Armenia's gone. Okay, well, let's fight Nicaragua. Oh, obviously, because we are officially Catholic, we will be converting. Oh my god, dude, I'm gonna get hit with a freaking fascist revolution. Frick my life. Oh, you know, modern day EU4 is kind of hard, man. But there we go. Nicaragua has been cleaned up as well. Let's just continue on and hit Costa Rica. I know. Oh, fascist revolution in Mexico. You know, I wanted to go back to monarchy, bro. Not you know, Austrian painter friends. What the hell? Stability 1. Okay, we got rebels. Those stacks aren't actually that big. So there's stability 1. Well, I just walk over and beat these guys up? Well, apparently, yes. Okay. Now, one thing I didn't notice is that we actually can go down to more stuff down here, examining these. Let's go over them one by one. So, how do we become a monarchy? How do we become a monarchy? Where is that? Ah, there it is. If we seize executive power, we become a monarchy. I mean, if we're really going back to the first Mexican Empire, it makes sense that we're a monarchy. So that's gonna make us lose 3 stab. But that's okay, we'll be at 0. So there we go. Back to monarchy, and we're gonna establish an autocracy. Yes. Okay, I have 19,542 government reform points. So let's go culture conversion cost. Let's go stab discount. These are pretty much the same that we already have, aren't they? Let's go, what's GovCap? GovCap is insane, we don't need it. Let's go CCR, even though it's super cheap. Let's go regiment costs. Let's go idea discount. Let's go construction discount. Let's go, this doesn't matter, we're not gonna be playing with vassals. Advisor discount, let's go advisor, all of them. Stab discount, let's go with that. Down here, leader cost for mill advisor cost, leader cost. Down here, I'm actually gonna with the manpower since we're heavy mill focusing. Over here, we're gonna go centralized. These are some of the regular ones, by the way. Lands for the church or expand temple rights? Yeah, lands for the church. There we go. We're increasing the power of, you know, our official state religion. We got the tercio companies, which is nice. That gives us tercio infantry, but I think I'm just gonna go with organized military staff, honestly. That's probably because we're Iberian. Then over here, what about absolutism? Does that still exist? It kind of does, actually. It kind of does. Maybe it would make sense that we go super absolutist, so I am gonna go royal decree right there. Then meritocratic recruitment. The most painful thing is this thing keeps scrolling back up. Then we're gonna go with war economy. There we go. We're warmongering it all the way, baby. Then we're gonna go with yeah, even more max separatism. Over here we're gonna go l'état c'est moi, which I shouldn't have done that actually. We should probably go with actually it's fine. And then political absolutism probably. Yep, and then for the final one, well, I guess authoritarian rule is the only one we can take, and that's actually really good too. And then even more than that, we can do government ideology. We don't want to go fascist. We probably, because we just beat those guys' ass, we don't want to be oligarchy, even though absolutism is good. Yeah, let's just go mill government, man. Let's just go mill government, and then the last one, royal power or ceremonial monarch, royal power. Okay, that's all of the gov reforms wrapped up. Now we have this, which is kind of like militarization for Prussia, right? Okay, we gain it a little bit. That's nice. Okay, and on the other hand, I actually forgot I'm at war, so let's full annex Costa Rica. Okay, well, truce with these Tzotzil guys that we don't know how they appeared is up. Let's go ahead and just finish them off, and then we'll be waiting for a truce with Panama to expire so we can, you know, sort of lock down Central America. And then, I don't know what we're gonna do with these guys, bro, but... Alright, well, these guys are back in our folds, so, you know, technically... we have increased our size since the start of the game, in case you want to know. So, yeah, we're not doing that bad, man. We're not doing that bad. Okay, so interestingly, the United States is now fighting Yongguo and Indonesia in the Chinese reconquest of Tainan. Interesting. So, you know, I wonder, are they taking their troops over there? And I don't know when it started, but I'm gonna guess no. Because I'm actually not seeing them, like, unsiege Taiwan, or... maybe they're actually in Indonesia or something like that, but... You know, we might think it's a good time to declare, but honestly, probably not. They still outnumber us by a whole lot. Yeah, we need to be patient. As for Panama, man, they're... Oh, cool. They've actually allied Brazil, Haiti, Venezuela, the Dominican Republic, and St. Vincent. Frick me. Okay, do we go in on some of these guys? Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna invade Cuba. Yeah, we're just looking for ways to become more powerful, man. And obviously, eating other guys up before the U.S. gets to do it might be a good idea. Still building up forts here. I still have a truce with them for 5 more years. They're probably gonna hit us again, and they're probably gonna take a lot of land again. Okay, so we've beaten up Cuba. The Bahamas was in this as well. I am gonna be taking all of that. Okay, our expansion in the Central America subcontinent continues, man. Maybe we'll get into it with some more of these small guys right here. Obviously, Britain and France and the US are here quite a lot, but we could still go in on, I was gonna say Jamaica, but no. Haiti? No, Brazil is there. Damn, man, Brazil is allied to freaking everyone, dude. Frick. Elsewhere in the world, Algeria continues to expand over here. We got some wars going on over here in Africa as well. Saudi Arabia is expanding into Oman and Yemen and Iran. Over in Europe, Russia's pushed into the rest of the Baltics and Poland, and Germany's eaten up a bit of Belgium and all of Denmark. Everything else pretty standard. China did take Taiwan. Okay. The thing is, I can't ally any of these guys, man. They don't want to. They're too far away. Yeah. I don't know. What would be the point of me allying like Colombia or Peru? They're really not powerful. In fact, I could take these guys out immediately. Do we push into South America? I wasn't gonna. I really just wanted to take like, well, pretty much all of Central America is what I wanted to do. This is kinda the Mexican Empire borders, maybe a little bit more like this over here, but it's fine. We're not gonna nitpick. So yeah, the goal is to take this, all of Central America, from the US. I think we gotta just try and be as defensive as we can up here and push down south. I think we're gonna have to skip Panama and go directly to Colombia, though. Alright, build up another army, and the wall is up. Truce with the US has expired, and they haven't hit me. They're busy in the American Change Government form of Samoa. Don't you already have American Samoa? Either way, I remembered we got a ton of gold, dude, and actually developing is, like, super cheap. So I spent, like, 600 Diplo points, or 700 developing the gold mines, so now we're making even more money. And just looking around at these guys, man, Colombia's fighting like the Netherlands and whatnot, and they're really the easiest country we can fight. So I actually am gonna get into it with Colombia here. Nationalism, there we go, there's the declaration. Built up a slightly bigger navy as well. Dude, with how fast sieges are here, it really makes sense to just go autonomous siege on everything. There we go, look how fast that is, dude. This is real time, by the way. It's you know, that's how fast the game is, and that's how fast they siege. Ah, frick you! Frick you, Netherlands! Ugh. Okay, Netherlands actually peaced out and didn't take anything. Maybe they succeeded in the change government form thing. Well, I didn't notice this happening in the meantime. Oh, we have our first thing right here in the information age. None of these are warmongering, though. You should, you know, the game is like, man, you should have wrapped up warmongering by now. But I haven't. Alright, well, there's a peace out on Colombia. I'm actually gonna full annex them. Now, we do have a risk of a coalition going here, but I think we'll be fine. In the meantime, because we're making so much money, I'm just spamming factories, dude. Okay, so taking a look at the GP list, dude, we're not even on it, man. We're so far off from the US, it's not even funny. I literally have to take all of South America to become as powerful as them, and they haven't even expanded anywhere else. Why the frick did they fight me then? Alright, so with the US seemingly not destroying me, I am going to continue my warmongering ways down in South America, picking these guys off one by one. I'm actually going to go in on Ecuador here, especially with the fact that we don't need to full annex them, because this isn't in South America, and you guys know my OCD, so there we go. Oh, they're actually already accepting. Nice. Do we siege some of these guys, make them get rid of alliances? Is anyone... Nah, it doesn't matter. Okay, there we go. That's what I want from Ecuador then. Well, that actually made me a great power. Yeah. Okay, slowly expanding, slowly building up the army and stuff like that. We're actually making really good money right here. A lot of it comes from the gold, and obviously, you know, the buildup of just even like one building gives us like 12 ducats a month, especially on these fusion reactors or whatnot, even though I haven't put down that many of them, only like, what was that, like 4 or 5, but yeah, we're actually chugging along nicely, man, aiming to increase my size of the army to the US. At that point, I'll feel strong enough to declare, but in the meantime, we have to continue and eating up our Iberian brothers down in South America, because listen, that's how we can become powerful enough to beat these guys' ass. So I'm just looking for guys with not a lot of allies, which it's Peru. Let's go ahead and declare them Peru. They're actually the only ones that have this many forts, dude, at least over in the New World. So Venezuela and Argentina are in this as well. These guys, just gonna tell them to go to Venezuela, siege that down, we'll peace them out. These guys can go down here. There we go. Peace them out. And then these guys I'm actually gonna manually take over there. You know what, how quick everything is in this mod, man, you know, sieges and stuff like that. I feel like, you know, we could, because, you know, we're human, pull a fast one on the US and just, you know, siege everything down here as fast as possible. Obviously, we don't know where their armies are located. For all we know, they could be standing right here, but try and get a little bit of war score, maybe get our cores back, because, you know, everything we want. This is like 2 wars, I think. Alright, well, it took freaking ages to piece out Argentina, but let's see what we can do with Peru here, man. Are these guys full annexable? Because they look kind of big. Ooh, and I haven't actually been paying attention to absolutism at all. Yeah, these guys are full annexable. Perfect. So there goes Peru. Even more gold over here. Negative Diplo because I just took a thing. That's fine. Let's rival someone I'm not gonna interact with. There we go, Saudi Arabia. Absolutism at 19, max as 109. Interesting. So we are increasing it 0.5 per year. Not enough rebels to do harsh treatment, and it's expensive. Yeah, lowering autonomy, actually. Will it even matter? Kinda, I guess. Yeah, this is gonna help increase absolutism. There we go. Dropped it down everywhere we could. It's at 48 right now, which is good. In the meantime, more Czechs. Ethiopia has expanded quite a lot. So has Algeria, Turkey, yeah, China a little bit down here. Now it seems to be fighting India. Okay. Korea is one Korea now. I don't know who formed it. It's a president, so it's probably South Korea. All right, so I've built up even more stacks. We're almost at the level the US is, and in fact, we're a Miltech ahead. Why haven't they taken... I guess they're doing ideas in these ones, but yeah, we got 7 stacks right now, man. Panama is linked up with Haiti, Venezuela, and St. Vincent and Brazil, but yeah, with this amount of stacks, I think we just freaking go for it. Get connected, and like that, we can always move our boats like this. Otherwise, if we're at war, we can't, or at least at war with them, so... Yeah, I'm just gonna take these guys down here and then tell everyone else to siege everything else. All right, I think we're in position. Let's go ahead and declare on Panama. Boom, there's the deck. Let's go in over here immediately, and then everyone else will just set on auto siege. And I'm getting dizzy. I've been looking at this map for 5 minutes now, telling every single army where to siege. What the... freaking this blue on this red, not this zoomed in obviously, but like this, it's just... so hard for me to look at, dude. I don't know if it's like that for you guys as well. It's like, I don't know. Our army is actually fairly powerful, dude. Holding its own against 160,000 Brazilians, that's, yeah. It's just, we gotta, yeah, wait a little bit more to piece these guys out. Oh my god, dude, Brazil was annoying to piece out. Holy. But there's Panama, and actually finally connected everything up. If I struggled so much with these guys, it's only because they're so big. Really. I could beat their armies, obviously, if we stacked. They don't have forts, just like the US. So I think if we go in on these guys, man, we're going to have the same, I wouldn't say trouble or problems, but the same level of annoyance that we had with Brazil. And our border with them, you know, just ours, is straight up smaller than this one. So I know kind of how they work. I know kind of how they go into it. It is going to be quite annoying for them, maybe to get past these. Maybe we can even do like, frick, what's the other defensive thing, man? Ramparts. And we can't do it on all of them, though. We don't got, oh, it's a manufacturer. I gotta expand infrastructure then, right? Or just do that, I think, and then we can put down ramparts? Yeah, that's how it is. Doesn't really matter. I think sieges are already super quick. All right, so at this point, man, I think we've been building up almost enough. You know, we got almost the same amount of troops as the US. We're 2 Miltechs ahead. Honestly, I don't know if 93 does something versus 91. At this point, I think you're all filled out. Maybe you just get a little bit of fire and shock and stuff like that. But I think we're in a pretty good position. Now, I'm also maxed out on mill points right here, which means we can hyper-militarize. And at this, we gain lots of discipline and stuff like that. Let's let a month take over and see if anything's changed. Yes, it has. There we go. There's that. So if we take a look at this... versus the United States right here. So they still got a bit more morale than us. I got more discipline. It doesn't tell you the combat abilities over here, but it's fine. I think we go in, man. And I think we actually go in with a reconquest on something like Tepehuan right there. There we go. I think that would be pretty good. Just so we can farm war score off of it. Now, Canada, Tonga, and Jamaica are in this. Let's see what we can do, dude. What? Why the hell am I transferring trade power to the US? I'm not, though. Oh, I am. What? Why the hell am I doing that? Will that create a truce? Let's wait for a month right here, December 1st. There it is. Okay, there we go. I can. Okay, so let's give this a shot, boys. Let's give this a shot. Declare for that. And there's the declaration. Okay, so I think, man, we manually control all of these guys, right? If we set these guys on auto siege, they might encounter a big stack. So even though this, you can see it's happening like super quickly in game time, obviously I gotta siege something, you know, move these guys just like this, wait for them, you know, to get there, siege it down, pause, move them again. Now we do have boat problems over here. These guys are gonna be landing. Yeah, I know about the US Armada, but yeah, okay, 0% war score on that. We can get 25 if we hold Tepehuan, but oh my god. Okay, I'm actually gonna siege here with these two guys, and with these two, I'm gonna move on their forts. One thing I miss so much from EU5, man, is just how easy it is to, well, not really easy, but I feel like it's more realistic. You know, separate piecing allies. Separate piecing allies. In EU4, there's like no way to get these guys to leave. Like, you can't offer them any sort of, you know, war reps and money. They're never leaving for that, right? You gotta stay in this war for like more than 5 or 6 years, and for them to get tired, and then you can only white piece them. So yeah, but let's see what we can do. Okay, so I did the classic, you know, get all of these guys right click V thing on Canada. So there's Canada out. All right, so I figured out a trick. I got these guys standing on or near the province that I need for war score, and then I got the 3 other guys on auto siege, and they're just running around sieging. And these guys, you know, they can't seem to, you know, focus on just one guy. And even though they're all together, and they never engage my stacks, so you know, they follow along this guy while he's sieging. Then they change their mind all of a sudden, go for that guy. Then they follow him around a little bit, change their mind, go for that guy. So all the while they're doing that, I'm actually sitting here on this, collecting war score. So yeah, man, we got, you know, well, not for us, but you know, we can take all of our cores back, which is pretty much this right here. And you know, let's see if we can do even more. If we can somehow get enough war score on them, even this is possible. But obviously, you know, we need to do 2 wars anyway, so we might as well, you know, just back off when it's appropriate. And now with this 4th guy, I'm actually just running around and beating their ass a little bit. Let's see, how much do they... They actually still have quite a lot of troops. In fact, they're getting even more. Okay, they actually stood on this, and I don't want to lose, you know, all of that, so we can actually take quite a lot here. Okay, that is what I'm gonna peace out for. Perfect, and there we go. There's the war with the US, done. Now, this is probably a whole lot of aggressive expansion, but it's still actually not that bad. We've beat these guys once. We'll do it again. We can become an empire. There we go. We have officially reformed the Mexican Empire, ladies and gentlemen. I love it. Now, why are we a military dictatorship, man? I thought we went monarchy, yo. Didn't we go monarchy? Yeah, it's royal decree. Yeah, the monarch. Why are we military dictatorship? I don't get it. Is it because of our tier 1 autocracy? No. I don't know. I don't care. We're an empire, ladies and gentlemen. We're an empire. There we go. We've united home region. We can core up all of this stuff. It honestly wasn't that bad with this trick that we figured out. For next war, I'm probably going to build up like 2 more stacks. It's simple, man. We just set all of them on auto siege and have one protect the war goal and something like that, and it's easy. They're fighting Russia right now in the Russian-American imperialist war. Okay, but folks, we officially exacted our revenge on the evil imperialist regime in the United States. Even though we're kind of evil imperialist regime ourselves, that's fine. Let's not think about it too much. Yeah, why isn't he a emperor, man? Why? I don't get how we're a military dictatorship. Yeah, I did go autocracy, didn't I? Yes. What if we change to feudal nobility? I don't think that does anything, right? It's still military dictatorship. Yeah, I don't know what actually gives me the military dictatorship, but we went with all of the monarchy stuff, didn't we? I don't know. But yeah, now that we have all of that locked down, folks, the simplest thing to do is, yeah, well, the only thing we're gonna do is actually wait for the truce with the US to expire and hope that we can take all of this in the next war, which I think we should be able to, man. Even with Reconquest, we took all of this right here. So yeah, I'm literally just going for this. I know it's not exactly the Mexican Empire borders, like I said earlier, like these provinces are a bit too big right here, Grand Junction and Provo, but yeah, it's fine. I'm just going for all of Central America right here. So yeah, we wait for the truce with the US to expire in 10 years, hit them again. Nice. There we go, everything nice and cored up. Now we can rival the US. Yeah, frick you, buddy. How much debt did we get from that? Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. Building up a second wall now. Yep, no getting through. Meanwhile, as for other expansion, man, since Brazil has decided to ally literally everyone I want to fight, there's no point. So I'm just gonna chill. We're way negative on Diplo too from all of the stuff that we took right here, so we need to catch up on that. In fact, let me stop focusing on Mill. Radical reforms. Excellent. Let's get them back. I am obviously running... Oh, he died. Frick me. I'm obviously running level 5 advisors, dude. Yeah, still making a ton of money, man. Built up a 5th stack right here. Obviously, I got them split. Building up a 6th one down here as we speak. There we go. So, yeah, pretty much same strat next time, man. Same strat. I'm going to send off 5 guys. 5 stacks now instead of 3. To do random sieging. To keep them busy. And then 1 guy is just going to defend the objective. Up to 54 this right now. Let's yeah. Ooh, we can start a space program. So what, we just lose money? In game, obviously. In real life, I very much support wasting everyone's money on space exploration instead of other stuff. In fact, it's one of the coolest things for me. I know it sounded kind of ironic, but I genuinely you know, do think that, man. Space is freaking cool, yo. Obviously, the, you know, religion conversion stuff on, you know, the very few things that we took that weren't Catholic is going great as well. It's helping me farm some, you know, papal influence. I'm already using a bunch of stuff over here. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. All of the great projects that we own right now that we can upgrade to level 3 are at level 3 as well, which is awesome. Once again, whoa! I was gonna say an examination of the rest of the world. Look at Saudi Arabia, dude. No wonder I could rival them earlier. Jesus, they own, yeah, half of Africa, more than half. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Over here, things are pretty stable. China's expanded a little bit more in Indochina. Aside from that, things in Europe are pretty stable. Belgium is gone. I don't even know why it was there in the modern day start date in the first place. I've never heard of anything like that, but Netherlands has grown a bit. Germany has grown a little bit more into Sweden right here and into the Czech Republic, and Switzerland's pushed into Germany? How did that happen? Austria's expanded, Albania's expanded, Turkey's expanded. Okay, and it looks Saudi Arabia's doing even more. Against Niger and the 3rd Saudi Arabia, okay. Hey, the US isn't allied to Canada. That'll make it slightly easier. And where the hell did frickin' Mecklenburg come from? All right, well, the gang's all here on the border of the United States. I've made this into an impenetrable fortress. Not really, they can siege it in a month. But these guys are fighting Botswana in the American Exchange Government Form war versus Botswana. They have actually expanded in South America, that's interesting. What do we declare on them with, though? Because if we do regular conquest, it's not like we can't take it. Our absolutism is pretty powerful. And then if we do imperialism, we really won't be able to farm that much war score, or will we? How much? They got 500,000 troops. I got a little bit more. And then what else do we have? Holy War nationalism, but it's on Puerto Rico. I think I'm just gonna do imperialism, right? Yeah. Okay. So there's our declaration. Now I'm gonna send off 1 stack to DC immediately. It's gonna stand there. Everyone else gonna auto siege, auto siege, auto siege. Auto siege, right? Did I take all of them? No, I didn't take all of them. Let's put that guy on auto siege as well. Okay, don't even got boats, don't got nothing. Canada's not involved, so realistically, this should be an easier war than the last one. And if we go and try and piece them out after a month ticks over right here. Oh, come on, man. It hasn't been a month? It hasn't. Okay, now it's been a month. We can take a look at this, right? That's the border? Yeah, that's what we want. So how much war score do we realistically need for this? Let's just go ahead and check. So to be able to take all of this, it's actually 43 war score, which is less than what we did earlier. I think the last war we had 50-something or 60-something. Okay, let's see if we can do it. Oh, that's right. I forgot to militarization max. So let's do that a little bit, and then we'll strengthen government a little bit. Okay, working out pretty well so far. I'm just sitting here holding down C. This is literally what's happening. So I'm just chilling like this, holding down C, getting rid of all the occupations. 32% war score. You know, it's pretty slow. It like ticks up 1, 2, ticks down 1, 2, and stuff like that. If we actually get into battles, this could go quicker for us. Let's see though. What we really want is actually for them to go medium or low or something like that. So yeah, we're still quite a ways off. I'm actually gonna grab an army and start chasing, dude. Yeah, let's get these guys and actually engage in some battles. Oh, okay. So they were just on medium, but they actually just got a bunch of particularists popping up. Now they're even on low, dude. And they'll accept socket. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Okay, that is literally all I want from the United States. Let's get nothing else because they won't give it to me. 0.8 ducats. Worthy. Okay, and there we go. There's our peace out with the United States, ladies and gentlemen, and we've officially, as far as I can tell, restored the borders of the First Mexican Empire, and then some. All right, let's reduce war exhaustion, core this up, and wrap it up. I'm just noticing these guys walking up from the south. I was probably getting sieged down here, and I didn't even notice. Cool, everything is cored up, but obviously that's not enough for us, so we are gonna state everything up as well. There we go. Of course, that's gonna help us, you know, make the most money like that. And you know, because we're kind of chill like that for real, you know what? I'm also gonna accept Western America. There we go. All of these guys are accepted into my country. But there we go, folks. Only 60 years, or 60-ish, give or take, after we started this campaign, on literally the day that you're all watching this video on, except for you that aren't, we set out to reestablish the First Mexican Empire's borders. And we did just that, even though it was a rocky start, even though the United States declared on us as soon as we started this campaign and took a bunch of land from it. You know, we were patient, just like Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan in, in episode 1. And in the end, it paid off. Started expanding down here into these guys, ate them up. Panama was too difficult, skipped them, went to Colombia and Peru and Ecuador, went back for Panama, took Cuba as a side goal, and then finally, when we were powerful enough, we hit the United States, took half, just like in a divorce, and then took the rest later, ladies and gentlemen. We have ended up number 4 on the Great Powers list. We've shrunk the United States by around 2,000 something development, and we ourselves have climbed up quite a lot. But yeah, man. Everything else you guys saw, man, we're a military dictatorship somehow, even though, you know, we're technically a monarchy. We went officially Catholic, so we're one of the only countries in the world with an official religion. Even Saudi Arabia has gone secular, apparently. But yeah, absolutely massive army, pretty embarrassing navy. In fact, it's so embarrassing that it doesn't even exist. I didn't notice that. Good thing no rebels on Cuba. And yeah, man, super rich, conquered everything stayed it up, you know, lowered autonomy as much as we could, converted as much as we could. And honestly, a pretty fun playthrough in modern day EU4. You know, I think I'm gonna do a throwback with the title, you know, like the first mod videos that we ever did. Tell me who's been watching the Red Hawk channel for 5 years, man. You know, we need to go back to the XXX needs to be stopped, when that was our theme for the titles of like mod review or mod playthrough videos and stuff like that. But yeah, you know, great to get back to a mod like this that I haven't played in, well, actually it hasn't been that long. I think I did Italy or something last year, but it's always nice to get into it. So yeah, man, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. Obviously, it lets me know that you want to see more content like this. Let me know in the comments below if you do want to see me play Extended Timeline some more, or maybe some other EU4 mods or something like that. I'll probably do one or two more Anbenar videos over the course of the summer and stuff like that, so you guys can look forward to that as well. But yeah, subscribe if you haven't already, man. Leave a like. Thank you for watching. Yeah, that's it for me for now. See you next time.